What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Deer Hunting Camp. We have not got to play this game since they released a trophy lodge for it last week. I've already got 3 maps set up. We're going to continue trying to get a 200 off every base game map in the game. We've already done it for PSR Fields. We're now going to attack mountains, and then if we have enough time, we're also going to be able to do ponds and woods today and complete everything. So let's get started. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some good trophies today. What's up, Micah? Hope you're doing well, man. Glad to see you can make it to the stream, buddy. Whoop, wrong button. I don't need the trail camera just yet. There we go. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just eating me some turkey sticks for breakfast, and I'm hoping we get some trophies today on here. We're going to be taxing every single trophy buck that we find. Anytime we get a trophy animal, it's going to get taxed and put in the trophy lodge. So I'm hoping for a 200 today. I'm also hoping for the non-typical. There's actually already a deer in the field. It's a little forky, looks like. Can't tell if that's a doe out there or not. Looks like it's going to be a good hunt, though. All three of the maps that I have ready, actually, I found nothing but big sheds on them, and the trails are in great places. So I really have high hopes for today's stream. What's up, believers? It's going good, man. It's going good. How you doing? We've already got some activity in our field, and it's not even broke daylight yet. I really have high hopes for this one. Well, good, man. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, buddy. Glad you're doing well. I'm gonna wait till it gets a little bit more daylight, and I'll let out a couple calls like we always do. Yeah, we got these 2 little guys here with us, but it's way too early to shoot one of them. If we can, I'm going to try to get a trophy every single day today during the stream if I can. I'd like to be able to mount everything that we kill. So I'm not going to shoot any forkies or any small 6-pointers unless we're getting crunched for time. But I will take the red colored 8-point anytime he shows up, as long as it's during the bow season. And that's about the smallest deer I'll shoot. But honestly, yeah, I might even pass on him because I really want nothing but trophies. Micah, unfortunately, man, 1 vote would not be enough to send it over the edge. Having 1 vote that pulls ahead of the other ones right at the last minute does not count. Unfortunately, it would have had to have been about 2 or 3 hours ago for me to count it for today's stream. Where it stayed the same for so long, I went ahead and just chose the game that I felt like playing. So between Call of the Wild and Deer Hunting Camp, this is the one that I was more in the mood for today. But don't worry, we do have our multiplayer stream tomorrow, and we'll be playing Call of the Wild all day tomorrow. So... And then next week we'll get back to some Call of the Wild streams then as well. All right, let's go ahead and rip out a couple calls this morning. I don't know if there's any trophy bucks around, but hopefully they'll hear this and come on in. Anybody that's been playing on console or PC, have you guys been noticing a issue where the screen tends to just want to go down on you like this, even though you're not clicking anything? I don't know if you guys are noticing that or too, but I've been thinking that my controller has stick drift in it a few times because there's a certain hunts where, like right now, see how it's going down real slow? I'm actually not doing that. That is the game doing this. And I've switched to other games and it doesn't do that, so I know it's the game. And I was wondering if any of you guys have noticed that bug. When will the stream start? Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a 4-hour stream, so 1 hour across 4 maps, and as good as best we can, anyways. But yes, we're gonna be playing across 4 different maps tomorrow, and it starts at 2 p.m. EST, and it's gonna end at 6 p.m. EST. So from 2 to 6. It will count for the September stream. We are still doing a multiplayer stream at the end of October as well, guys. I just didn't have time to do it in September, so I'm doing it at the beginning of October. And again, if you hear me eating something, I'm just eating some turkey sticks. I haven't got to eat anything yet, so I'm just eating some turkey sticks for breakfast. So just ignore the chewing if you guys hear it over the thing. I'll try to mute it if I can remember, but I'm terrible at remembering to mute it. You're going to the Stain tomorrow, man. I'm going to miss you, believers. That's alright, though. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You can't make it, you can't make it. I mean, it's always going to be on the channel, so I mean, even if you miss the stream while it's live, you can still go back and watch it later whenever it's not live. And if we get anything really good, I'll be clipping it. KKK, does that mean that you're kidding, or does that mean, I know? I've literally had one person in chat before tell me the IK, and they were saying I kidding. And then I had somebody else say I know, using those 2 letters. So I'm always asking now, are you saying I know or I'm kidding? Alright, believers, good, man. Like I said, some people think it means I'm kidding. And I've had some people literally try to use that. Or I've seen people use it. I'm sorry, not in stream, guys. I've seen people using it like on TikTok and stuff, and they think that it means I'm kidding. Not very many people. I've seen it mostly used for I know, but I guess there's some people. There might be older people. I don't know. My dog is like just sitting here staring at me. You can't have no turkey sticks. Let's check the trail cameras, see if there's anything interesting on them. Got a little forky there. Got nothing on this trail cam. Oh, yeah, we do. I think that's a nice sized buck back there in the distance. I could see flashing above his head, which usually means it's a pretty big deer. But I couldn't tell exactly what he was. Nothing on trail cam 4. Nothing on 1, that's fine. A little forky. Well, they're JK, which means just kidding, and then there's IK, which means I know. And yeah, probably a bunch of unks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. Is it's probably older people that's trying to learn the slang for the new kids. Like, I know that IK means I know, but I have seen a few people using it as I'm kidding. And the situation that me and you were talking in, I thought it would have made sense both ways. So I didn't know. But yeah, I know that it means I know. Just I've seen people getting it confused and thinking it means I'm kidding. So, well, we got some bucks around us, but nothing too fancy yet. Try back here behind us. We haven't let a call out that direction yet. And I think that they did a hot fix for the game because now the trail cameras are flashing red again when you have something on them. They weren't doing that for PlayStation, so I think that they have fixed that in a hot fix or something. I haven't been to one of my custom maps yet, though, so I don't know if it's like messed up on custom maps. There's some deer out there. Excuse me. There are bucks everywhere, but just nothing of size, man. I got forkies everywhere. This is the first doe of the day I've seen. Yeah. Oh, man. Come on, big boy, show yourself. I mean, it's still real early in the day. There's still plenty of time for a monster to show up. Again, I don't know if I will make a guide for this game because the game is pretty simplistic, and if I made a guide for it, it wouldn't be like long at all because there's only like a few tips and tricks I can give, and that's about it. And I've usually given them during on stream, but the best thing I can tell you guys is do not shoot any bucks unless you get to the T in timer. That's like the earliest I'll shoot something that's little. Because I've literally had monsters show up whenever it gets to the E or the R, like literally the very last part of the day. And I do think the game randomly feeds in spawns throughout your day. Like, sometimes you will see just the same old deer all day long, but there's a few days where you'll end up getting new deer introduced to your map as time goes on. Just unfortunately for us, it seems like the new deer that are spawning in are just little guys. I know we're going to get some monsters off this map today because all the sheds that I found were big sheds. And if you find nothing but big ones, that usually means it's going to be a good season, or it means that you're going to have a season with a lot of monsters in it. It doesn't mean every single day you'll have monsters, but it does usually mean that you're going to get something pretty good. And every single one of the maps that I made that I got ready for us last night had nothing but big antlers for the shed. So every deer shed I found were big ones. If you was all Spike in real life, you'd go crazy. My wife would too, man. Time we hunted on opening day of crossbow season, we ended up getting blown. The wind was kind of in our face, and we were kind of hunting a really big elongated grass field. And back behind us, the grass field kind of curls and kind of tucks back into the woods, and we can't see back there. But apparently we had some deer that were coming out back there, and they caught our wind and blew at us, and we never saw them, and they left. And then last Saturday, we went, and we actually saw two does, or I did. My wife couldn't get turned around to look at them. They were over on my side. We're in a buddy stand, and she can't see the side of the field that I can see. And there was two big does that walked up, and then they walked behind a big thicket, and we never saw them again. We thought they were going to come to our corn barrel, but they never showed up again after that. So we don't know what happened with them. So I'm just hoping that one of these days, that they do it tomorrow, or I'm just hoping sometime soon she's finally going to get her first, because she's been trying for 3 years, and she just had nothing but bad luck. Deer's getting spooked for bad reasons, just due to bad weather and stuff like that. We had one day where she was in muzzleloader season, and she actually had a really good shot at a deer, but it was raining. And whenever she went to shoot the doe, the rain had made the cap wet, so it didn't fire. And back then I should have just told her to shoot again, just to see if it'd shoot the second time. But I thought that it was over. I was still new to using muzzleloaders, and my dad told me if you get them wet, they won't fire. So I just took it away from her, and ended up having to spook the deer away, and I ended up shooting the gun, and it shot the second time, which really made me upset because that means that she could have shot the second time. But I was just worried it might explode in her face. But I know better now, and hopefully this year she'll have better luck. We've had 2 close calls out of the 2 times we've hunted, so we're 2 for 2 as far as deer activity, at least. Yeah, it does, man. But she's new to hunting, and whenever you finally get your first deer, that's whenever it really clicks with you about like how you really need to be patient and stuff. Because when you're first deer hunting, you're just expecting for things to happen like really quick, and having to wait for animals to show up can get under your skin a little bit. And then also, if you're having bad luck, just hunt after hunt with nothing happening, it can be really discouraging. And my wife is kind of in that phase right now where she's discouraged but still really wants to hunt and really wants to get her first one. So I'm just really hoping it happens for her this year, man. She said that she don't care what it is. If it has antlers, she's shooting it. And as long as the doe that comes in is not a mama, she'll shoot it. So pretty much with her, if it's brown, then it's down. And I'm hoping she gets one, man. Like, I've got a deer almost every other year, but this year I don't care if I don't even have my tags yet. I have my hunting license so I can hunt with her, but I don't have my tags because I really just care more about getting her one this year. So I'll get my tags probably near November whenever it comes time for buck season. There we go. There's a big deer. Hang on. Finally. Okay, that's the red coated 8-point, I believe. That one I definitely will shoot if he comes up here. I'm gonna blow one call at him. He ain't a trophy buck in the game's point of view, but he's definitely a shooter buck in my opinion. Anytime I see that red fur color, I usually will shoot it. Especially if we went this far into the day where it's already at the halfway point. If he's the first big deer that we see and it's already at the halfway point, I usually go ahead and pop it. The only time I pass on the red coated 8 is if it's still real early in the morning. Awesome, Micah. I hope a lot of people subscribe. We're getting close to 500. No, buddy, come this way. Over here. Hear the collar? Come to it. He clearly doesn't care about the collar. That's alright. He'll probably make his way through the field eventually. I was under a cedar tree one time, and a nice 7 or 8 pointer came out, and the rifle was in my lap, and my hand dropped down so fast, but when I did, the buck seen, and he was kind of like, I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, so, yeah, very true, believers. But yeah, like I said, man, the best advice I can give you guys if you're hunting in real life, and you're using a gun or a crossbow or anything that requires both hands, try your best to keep the back of the weapon up against your shoulder that you shoot with, and let the front of the gun rest on your knee or on your lap. So that way, all you have to do is gently pull the weapon straight up whenever it's time to shoot. If you move really quick, believers, like you explained to me, where you just reach down as quick as you can and try to grab the gun, obviously it's going to scare something. Even if they're in front of you at eye level, the best thing to do is just keep calm and wait for them not to be looking at you. And then at that point, gently raise your hand, gently get your hands on your gun, and as slow as you possibly can, raise it up to your shoulder. And if he happens to look at you and you don't have your gun up there yet, do not jerk it on up to get it on up there. Just stop. Because if he can't really catch on to what you are, he'll just go back to what he's doing even after spotting you. And then it'll give you the extra time you need to pull it on up to your shoulder. Again, it doesn't work every single time, but if you can learn to be extremely patient and slow with all of your movements, you'll get a lot more animals killed that way. The only time I've ever been quick is during turkey season, because turkeys, if they spot you, they're done. So at that point, I would recommend just pulling it up as quick as you can and trying to get one. But for deer hunting, I'd rather just keep everything slow. Don't be fast at all. Just be as slow as you possibly can be, and if they spot you while you're moving, just stop. Don't try to get it on up there and try to shoot it. Just stop what you're doing. Let the deer do what he's doing, and then just let him try. Hopefully, continue on with his day. I can't call right now, guys. In case you guys are wondering, the 8-pointer is still out there. I've been watching him walk around, but I'm not going to call right now because I've been calling a lot. I don't like to overcall in this game because you definitely can spook bucks away from you. So I'm just going to sit here and hope that he walks himself into the field here in a minute. Or who knows? Maybe even a bigger buck will show up. Micah, I am 30. I turned 30 this last July. Yeah, buck fever hit me, and that's all my first time ever seeing a decent buck. I mean, I get that, man. You get excited and you don't want it. You don't want it to get away, so you just quickly pull it up and try to shoot it. So I totally understand you, and like completely understand you. Um, but yeah, like I said though, man. I mean, it's all about experience. In time, you will learn how to try to be more calm. And I still make mistakes today. I mean, I had a huge 8-pointer that walked out the year before last in front of, and he was chasing does during the rut. And he gave me a beautiful broadside shot, but I was so nervous and excited that whenever I pulled the trigger back, I anticipated the kick of the gun, and I ended up jerked like anticipating the kick, so I jerked thinking the gun was going to shoot, and I ended up shooting over top of the deer. So I mean, I still make mistakes even today, but yeah, I'm a very paranoid hunter, and the 8-pointer looks like he might be coming in. That might be a different deer actually. Yeah, it's a different buck. That's a better buck there. But anyways, yeah, it's just all about experience, man. In time, you'll learn how to remain calm, and you'll be able to do a lot more stuff while you're in the woods. So it'll happen. Come on, big boy. You can definitely be our first buck of the day. I do not mind shooting the 8-point red fur color, and I definitely will mount this guy because he'd be a pretty good one for the first one to add to our lodge. stop. Stop. Thank you. Get out of here. Let's go. First buck of the day is going down. He's going to fall right down there, probably. It should have been a good shot, at least. I mean, I don't see how that wasn't a good shot. Let's see. Did he make it to the road? Oh, no, he's right here. Okay, here he is. There we go. First buck of the day. Let's go. First mounter of the day, too. I'm just going to drag him up here to this road, and then I'll go back and get the car, and bring it all the way around. It'll just be easier that way. Come on, big boy. Get you right on the road, sir. There we are. Alright, we'll be back to get you, buddy. Don't you go nowhere now. Let my guy breathe. Alright. Let's go get our car. One time your great-grandpa was hunting with a shotgun for a deer, and he can't see very well, and it was like a 40-yard shot. And, well, he shot at that deer 5 or 6 times and still didn't, and it still didn't run. And I think you cut yourself off there because it ends with the word and. Or that may be a typo. But yeah, I've seen this, I'll tell you a funny video to watch, believers. It'll be about the same thing you're telling me. Just whenever the stream ends today or you have some free time, go to YouTube and search, a stupid hunter versus stupid deer. And there's a huge buck that is just standing in the middle of a road, and there's a guy that shoots like 8 or 9 times with his rifle and and the deer just stands there, like as if it knows that the guy's a terrible shot. And it's hilarious. There's also another video that I'd like you to watch. It's really cool. It's called Man versus Turkey. And that one's a really cool one. A guy sneaks up on a turkey with a decoy in front of him, and he literally crawls using that decoy up to that gobbler, and the gobbler charges him, and as soon as it knocks the decoy out of the guy's hand, he blasts the turkey with a shotgun. And it's a really, really cool video. The way you know you're watching the right turkey video is there's a song that plays during the video, and at the start it says, "Are you going to bury your head in the sand, man?" And if you hear it saying, "Are you going to bury your head in the sand?" then you know you're at the right video. There he is. Get him all nice and loaded up. Hush, Mila. Hush. It's okay. Go lay down. No. No, you can't get up here. Go on, go lay down. Come on, puppy. Everything's okay, baby. It was just a noise. There ain't no danger. Yeah, you can sit there and stare if you want to. That's okay. Dude, how far away from the road are we? There it is. Okay. Yeah, they're both very funny, man. They're both very funny videos. The man versus turkey one is the best one, though. That one is the most entertaining one. And then the stupid hunter versus stupid deer one is just like, it's one of those videos that's such a bummer, but it's so bumming it's funny. And there we go. You know, honestly, I don't think I'm going to mount this one. I think that I want the buck to be over 150 before I mount it. So I'm probably going to leave this one as is. But every deer that we get today that is 150 or above, we're going to mount. Alright, let's move on to our next day. Alright, sorry about that. I was having to make sure I clipped the video. Like I said, I'm going to be making a video today, or a short, that is going to show all of our kills through for the stream. And I'm gonna start doing that from now on. During the call the sorry, I'm stuttering so much. During the deer hunting camp streams, so that way anybody who couldn't make the stream will still be able to see what all the animals are that we killed. Whoop! Get back in there. There we go. Nice, man. Nice. I hope you enjoy them. Like I said, they're funny videos, man. They're old videos, but they're good ones. Also, another one that you probably would like, I'm a believer, is called Duck Commander Deer Flip. And it's the Duck Dynasty people, and they were in a blind duck hunting, but it was also deer season. So they had tags for a deer, and there was a deer that comes through the swamp, and they shoot and miss, so the deer starts running, and then they shoot again and hit the deer, but where the deer was running, it does a full front flip and then dies. And that's why they call it Duck Commander Deer Flip. And that's a pretty funny one too. And also, for anybody who might be coming and seeing this stream when it is no longer live, or if you guys are just lurking in the background and you haven't done so already, if you guys are having fun today, please make sure you hit the like button for me. It helps out the algorithm a lot and really helps attract more people to the channel. And also subscribe if you guys want to see more of these videos. We stream 2 days a week during the school year from 2 until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do Call of the Wild mainly, but we also do deer hunting camp as we're playing today. So I really would appreciate all the support you guys can give. We also do some of my favorite storyline single player games. And we're going to be doing Resident Evil 4 live. I think it's going to be the second week of October, like around the middle of the month. And I am currently working on Resident Evil 3 and getting that to be a playthrough. For one, I don't think the game was scary enough to really justify a voiceover for it. And also it's more of an action game than a horror game. So I'm just going to make that one into a movie. But Resident Evil 4 is a very popular horror game, and it's very well loved. And I've never played it before, so I'm excited to play that one. And we're going to live stream that one for Halloween. Alright, we can see... Whoa, hang on a second. We already got a big buck. We've already got a big buck. Hang on. That's a nice deer. Come here. No, not that way. That's definitely a trophy rack. Come this way, you beautiful creature. He's just like, oh, heck no. Well, we'll let him be for now. Like I said, don't overcall in this game. Just give the animal that you're wanting 2 calls. If they don't respond, then just let them go for a while longer. Eventually, they will respond to your calls every single day that you hunt. But I don't exactly know what triggers it. But the call does work, guys. Like I have called a lot of bucks in on this game, and it's throughout all the seasons. Yes, the muzzleloader season during the rut is definitely the best time to use callers. They can come to you a lot easier that way. But I've definitely called animals in the spring and in the winter time on this game as well. That was a good buck, though. That was a very good buck. There he is again. Come on, big boy. There he is. All right, buddy. I appreciate you, man. We'll be live for another 3.5 hours if you can make it back later. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Or maybe next week if you can't make it to tomorrow's stream. Hope you have a good one, buddy. We about got this guy to come in right now, though. He's about to get shot. Come on, big boy. Please stop. Please stop. Behind a tree. Seriously? Right through here, buddy. Right through here. Come on. Come on. Guy's getting a little wobbly. Come on, buddy. Walk. Walk. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. This guy, I tell you what. No, Mila, you can't get up here, babe. That should have been good. That should have been good. Yep, he just fell. Alright, let's go. That was a good shot. Where did he go, though? There he is. My car is just like right here. I think I'll just go and get him. Well, that was an early morning monster. So far, so good in today's hunt. Alright. 144 again, man. Still did not make 150. My gosh. He doesn't look like he'd be that small, but he is. I guess we're not mounting him either. I want it to be 150 or above before we mount them. But still, that's a nice buck. We'll move right along. What's up, Zero? Oh, that's fine, man. I appreciate you still being here. Thinking is a crossbow. I think I'll use the crossbow during muzzleloader season. I don't know, though. I do like me a muzzleloader. I don't know which one I want to use for muzzleloader. Oh, a crossbow. Hopefully we get a monster buck come in today. But how you been doing, man? Hope you're doing well, Zero. Hope you're doing well. We've had a good hunt so far. Nothing that's worth taxing, unfortunately. We had one buck that I thought for sure would be taxed, but he ended up being a lot smaller than what I thought he was. But we've had two. We have one that scored 141, and we had another buck that scored 144. And I want the deer to score at least a 150 before I mount them, which I'm sure we'll get one today at some point that we can mount. But I hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I've never really used the crossbow much. I have used it a couple times, and I do like it. But I prefer the compound on the game. However, I've never bow hunted during the rut, so I figured we would do crossbow today. That way it gives us a little bit more range than the usual bow and arrow does. And it's also going to be during the rut, so that's kind of cool. Just gotta wait for daybreak. I do think that they should allow every weapon to be used during the rut, though, because in Kentucky, November is when the rut happens, and you're allowed to use whatever weapons you want. Like, you can use rifles, muzzleloaders, or bow and arrow. And I really think that on this game, you should be allowed to use the rifles and everything during the rut. And then during December, the December seasons make it to where it's only rifles or bow and arrow. So that way it still limits you from being able to use the muzzleloader. But then again, there's a December season in Kentucky that allows you to use a muzzleloader for 2 days. So, I don't know. There goes the rutting doe. Oh, I heard a buck. I just heard a mature buck. Where is he? I don't know where he is. I don't. Oh, I hear him. There he is. What are you? He's pretty. I can't tell exactly what he is, but he's pretty. He's going after that doe. Yeah, it's him. Maybe there'll be more than just him today. Yeah, I hear you. I just can't see you. There he is. That might be a 200. I can't tell. No, that's definitely a mounder though. That's a big buck. He's just chasing after the doe right now. I don't think he's gonna have any interest to come in here. Crap, man. He's after him some love. But what movie are you gonna be watching, Zero? If you're still out there in the chat. Last movie that we saw was Fantastic Four. And it was really, really good. First Marvel movie in a while that I thought was actually a really good movie. It's been a while. Most of the movies have been kind of mid. Alright, let's see what's on the trail cams. Got a little Forky out there. Got something else next to the camera. Is it going to walk in front of it? No, it's walking away from it. Okay. 2 deer there that I just barely missed. I don't know where that monster went. He's still around here somewhere. Well, hopefully he'll make an appearance before too long. The cool thing about using a crossbow for me is that I actually use it in real life, so I do like to use the crossbow on here every so often. I prefer the bow and arrow, just the normal compound bow and arrow on the game, just because it's very satisfying to watch the arrow fly and hit the deer. And bow hunting is my favorite thing to do on this game. Crossbow's still really nice to use as well. I just prefer the normal bow. I think it looks a little bit nicer. What's up, little buddy? Hey, there's a really big buck. Yeah, thank you for stopping and listening to me for a minute. Hey, there's a really big buck that's walking around the area. Do you think you can go and get him for me? Just tell him there's like a really hot doe over here or something. He'll. I think he's after some love. No, I'm not gonna kill him. I just want to see him. He's really pretty, and I just want to admire his beauty. Do you think you can go get him for me? Well, hopefully that works. It worked last stream. Come on, big boy. What he's doing is that he's going around the map right now, chasing after that. They're after a hot doe. There's a random doe that will just run laps across your maps, during the rut, and that's a hot doe, and it can attract other bucks to go after her, and that's what the big guy's doing. So until the a buck decides that he doesn't want to chase after that doe anymore, we basically is going to play around here. Usually they do show back up again, so it's just a matter of time. I just hope that whenever he does show back up, he gives me a good shot. Again, we are not using the muzzleloader right now. We're using the crossbow. So, crossbow range to me is that log and back. I really don't like to shoot past that. And about where the middle of the field is there is about the farthest I'll shoot around me with a crossbow. So the compound has to be like right under me or over there near the trees. So that way I can use land markers to tell what my range is. Go ahead and do another couple calls. It's been a little while. Just waiting to hear that buck grunting again. Oh, I hear him. I hear him, I hear him. Where is he? Sounds like he's coming from this direction. Come on, big boy. Nope, he's out there. There he is again, man. Oh, he's coming our way. Come on. That's a big boy. Come on. Right in the head. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't like shooting him in the face, but if he's gonna come right underneath the stand and not stop like that, I'd definitely let one fly. My goodness. Now that was a cool kill. Beautiful animal. Alright, let's go get the car. I knew he was going to show back up again. It's just a matter of patience on this game. That's why I love it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous deer. Now that one's definitely getting mounted. Alright, and there we have it. 172, that is going to be our very first buck that we are going to mount. And there he is. Oh, he can change his mount pose. Oh, that is so cool. Let's see, what all do they have? If I laying down. I like that. I think I'll keep him right there. That is gorgeous. Love it. Alright, let's move on to our next hunt. That was awesome. If there is anybody that's hanging out in chat right now, I just want to let you all know that there is nobody that's in chat at the moment. So some people had to leave a few minutes ago, which is why I'm not really responding to anybody in chat. So if you happen to be here during the time that we're not live, thank you for making it this far. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you don't miss out on these future streams. Let's continue going either way, though. I'm really hoping we get a 200 today. Well, this is mainly a new quest that we're doing where we're trying to get a 200 on every map. So I'm hoping we can get 2 birds in 1 stone. Add some new trophies to the lodge, and also be able to cross off another map for getting a 200 off of it. And to be honest, I think I like the crossbow better than I do the muzzleloader on the game. I do like using a muzzleloader, and I will still use it from time to time, but I don't know. It's something about bow hunting on this game is just so nice. Whether it's the compound. I like doing the compound in the spring. I think I'm going to switch to using the crossbow during the fall. And then I'll use the 30-06 in the winter. Already? Already a mature buck in here somewhere. I can't see him. Oh no, we got a mature buck in here and I can't see. Okay, I'm not going to call or anything. I don't want him coming in while I can't see to shoot. Oh man, this is rough. Come on, sunlight. I need you. Big buck around me. Can't see. It's getting better now. But I don't hear the buck anymore. I think he was kind of far away. I don't think he was on his way in or anything. I think that he was like out in that direction, just minding his own business. There he is. Yeah, I can barely make him out from here. That might be him at least. I saw antler, but I can't tell if that's him or not. Got a little forky coming in over there. There's a deer out there. Didn't even see that deer. Hello, Doe. What's up, David? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We're aiming to get a 200 whitetail off every base game map except for Saskatchewan and Hardwoods 2.0 because they just got added last week to the PlayStation. But we're aiming to get all the PSR fields. Getting a 200 off all of them, and we're trying to get trophies for the trophy lodge. We just added the 171 buck a few minutes ago to it, and now we're hoping we're getting another one soon. But yeah, man, welcome to the stream. Hope you have fun here today, buddy. Make yourself at home. Talk about whatever you want to. Just keep it family friendly. Good to have you. All right, I think it's bright enough. I'm gonna go ahead and rip out a couple calls. The big buck that I heard early this morning, I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he'll make his way back in. Let's check the trail cameras, see if he's on any of them. I've been doing good, man. Been doing really good. Been busy. But okay, so the big buck is over here next to camera 2. I just heard him grunting. Yeah, he's over here. I have not got to lay eyes on him yet. I don't know which buck it is. I just know he's a big one. Because the big ones are the ones that grunt. There he is. I think it's 200. Oh my goodness, I think that was a 200. We've already got a 200 off PSR fields. But I'm pretty sure that was a 200 right there. Or at least a 200 rack. And that still counts for the challenge. As long as it's a 200 rack, that's all that matters. Yes, that is a 200. Okay, cool. He's too far away for the caller to hear, though, I think. I'll let one rip out his way anyways. I don't know if he can hear that or not. But how you been doing, man? Hope you've been doing well. Come on, big boy. He's out there chasing after does again. Oh dear, repeat of yesterday. Just gotta have a waiting game now. Just gotta wait till he makes his way towards the field. I hear him. Is that him? No, that's a Forky. Where's the big guy at? I hear you, buddy. I just can't see you. There he is. Yeah, he's after a doe right now. That's why he's running. I don't want to overcall at him. All we can do now is just wait for him to get through the chasing the doe animation, and then he usually likes to run this direction. He's doing exactly the same thing that the last big buck did, just running circles around the field, and then eventually he'll end up running through the field. I mean, that'll still work. What can you do? I hear him again. Is he finally coming in? Nope, that's a doe. I think that might be his doe that he's chasing. I can hear him. He's back here behind me. I just don't see where he is. Oh, there he comes. Yeah, it's 200. That's a 200. Where are you? Did I hit him? What just happened? I shot and my arrow just, like, disappeared. What was that? I mean, that ain't gonna spook him off, thankfully. Because it's I'm using a bow. But still, how in the world? Did I hit this limb or something? I've never had these interfere with my shots before. But honestly, I don't even see the arrow anywhere. Shoot, man. Well, that's gutting. I don't know how in the world that happened. I think that was a bug, because I don't see my arrow anywhere, and usually whenever it deflects your arrow, usually it just sits there floating in the air. But I don't even see my arrow. I'm pretty sure that the game just had a bug. Whenever I shot, the arrow just disappeared. I mean, at least I know he can come back, because it's still early in the day, and I'm using a bow. So he'll still be able to come back in. Man, that's rough. Shoot. I mean, what can you do? You just gotta sit here and wait it out. Oh, that's frustrating. I'm just making sure I'm clipping the video. That was rough, man. I mean, that's gonna happen on here, though. Shoot. I mean, I'm using a bow, so I'm pretty sure that he can come back, but... Gosh, that is gutting. A huge 200 like that, and I go to shoot, and my arrow doesn't even come out of the weapon. Like, that was so weird. Like, there is no deflect. I don't see my arrow down there anywhere. It's like whenever I shot, it's like the... I don't know how to explain it. It's like whenever I shot, the arrow just disappeared. Gosh, that is annoying. That was a monster buck, dude. That was definitely over 200. I mean, that was a monster. Oh, I'm so gutted right now. Like, you have no idea how gutted I am. I can't quit complaining about it. He comes in right there, out in the open, crossbow like this, and I shoot, and somehow my arrow just disappears. I hope it doesn't happen again, but what I'm really hoping for right now is that the deer will come back. I'm pretty sure that he will, considering that I'm using a bow. I'm just scared, man. I don't know if the crossbow still counts the same way as the compound does. Because if you're using a compound bow and you shoot and miss, your deer will still come back and come back around in time. But I've never really missed with a crossbow before, so I don't know if it still works the same way, and I haven't heard him grunting since. Good night. I just hope he comes back, man. I hope he comes back. That was probably going to be my new record. My record right now is 209, which would be really hard to beat, but that thing had monster. Like, that was just a monster 200. All I can do is just check my trail cameras and hope that I hear a grunt. That was a big boy deer. Oh, man. Life of a deer hunter. I mean, we still got plenty of time for him to return, but good night. Okay. Bless me. I'm gonna quit complaining. I'm gonna get back to the hunt. Hopefully he comes back before time runs out. Ugh. I've never had that happen before. I've made shots right through that opening several times. I've never had my arrow just disappear. That was such a perfect shot, too. Alright. I'm just waiting and hoping I hear that grunt. I mean, as long as I heard a deer grunt, I would know that was him. Because he's the mature buck that was coming in the field. I'm just really scared at the moment because I haven't heard him since I shot, and I don't know if the crossbow spooks off animals like the rifles do or not. I know that if you shoot at a deer with a compound bow, that it won't spook them. I mean, it'll spook them, but they'll come back. In most cases. But I've never shot and missed with a crossbow, so I don't know. Which that was more of a bug than a miss, I guess. But at least I have my mind made up, though. If he doesn't come back today, and I have to be forced to shoot a little one over top of that 200, I have made up my mind that I am no longer hunting with any bow and arrow during the muzzleloader season. Because that muzzleloader, its quick reload would have been so helpful there. I could have shot it again while it was going towards the edge of the field. In other unrelated news, Daredevil is dropping for Marvel Rivals on the 10th, and I'm very excited for that. I also just recently became a Lord Magic, so now now I have Lord Magic, Lord Spider-Man, a Lord Iron Man, a Lord Wolverine, and a Lord Cloak and Dagger. And as long as I can understand how to use Daredevil's kit, I'd like to become a Lord with him as well, because I really like Daredevil. Magic has been my favorite to play, though. I really enjoy her skill set, her skills and her abilities on the game. She's a lot of fun. What's up, Wolf? Welcome to the stream where bad luck happens as long as good luck. We had a monster 200. I mean, it would have been our next 200 in the quest. We had a monster 200 that came directly under the stand, gave me a beautiful shot right through this little opening here, and whenever I shot, my arrow disappeared, and I haven't heard from the buck since. but it didn't get deflected because there is no arrow. Like, whenever your arrow gets deflected on the game, it just sits there and floats wherever your arrow got stuck at. And as you can see, there is no arrow. So it literally just disappeared when I shot. And I don't know if that was a bug or if it was these branches that deflected it. I really have no idea what happened. But just a few minutes ago, we have probably the biggest 200 I've ever seen on this game come under the stand. And I had a perfect shot, and the game robbed me of the shot. And now we're just hoping he comes back. But I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing better than me, at least. Dude, what I'd give just to hear that grunt again. If he doesn't come back before the day runs out, because that's a 200, so I'm going to give him the whole day. And if he doesn't come back by the time we're like past the R, then I'll have to shoot something. But I have made up my mind that I am no longer going to use a bow and arrow during muzzleloader season anymore. I don't want anything like that happening again. And plus, if I would have had the fast reload of the muzzleloader, I probably could have got the deer while he was running. But the crossbow takes a little bit longer to reload than the muzzleloader does, unfortunately. Which is very unrealistic, but... What you been up to, man? Hope your day's going good. It's that little 6-point. School. Yeah, school is cruel. I know what that's like. The strange thing is that whenever you're young and you're in school, you think it takes up so much time, and all you're doing is just wanting to get home because you know that once you get off school, you're free. But until you get a job and actually start working, you don't realize just how much more time in your life will be spent working rather than being at home having fun. So while you're in school, just remember that right now really is the best time of your life. Just having to do school throughout the day, then getting to go home and just doing some homework or I'm playing games and having fun. Because once you get into the workforce, everything changes, man. Life doesn't become miserable by any means, but it's definitely not as freeing, and your days last a lot longer usually. At least they feel like they do. Not being pessimistic, just realistic. Dude, I am so sore right now. You have no idea. That was a monster deer. I mean, a monster 200. Like I kept telling myself that I was gonna quit complaining about it, but that was a beast. Like I've never seen a deer that big on this game before, and for the game to rob me of my shot, gosh, it really burns me up. I mean, I'm using a crossbow, so I was hoping he'd be able to come back, and he ain't gonna get spooked off the map. And I really don't think I hit that deer. I mean, I'm not seeing any blood. And another thing too, another way you can tell if you hit a deer is if you just have deer that just quit coming into your field. Usually, if you shoot an animal, the dead carcass on the ground will spook off other animals. Whenever they get like I don't know, there ain't really good yardage on the game, but whenever animals get close to your dead carcass, they will run away. So usually, if you kill an animal, you'll just stop seeing deer. Like they just won't come around very much. And right now, I'm still seeing plenty of deer, so I'm pretty sure that I either missed or the game robbed me of my arrow one. Just let me hear that buck grunt. Let me know he's still on the map. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of losing hope right now. I think that the crossbow may act like the rifles on the game. That maybe it's only the compound bow that won't spook animals off if you miss. Because I haven't heard that big 200 grunt in a long while now. And it's already getting to the end of the day. It's going to be so gutting if I have to go home with a doe or a little forky. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but still. That was a bruiser. Man, I'm just hoping and praying with every single new camera that I'll go to one of them and just hear the grunt. But it's just been silent. I'm pretty sure that he's gotten spooked off. I mean, it's definitely different than the rifles, because if you shoot a rifle, all of the animals on the map will leave, and you won't really see anything else for a majority of the day. Whereas the crossbow, it seems like just anything in your immediate vicinity will run away. And then if you're using a compound bow, it seems like that just animals that are like right directly under you will get spooked, but they won't like leave the map. Like most of the times that I've missed with a bow and arrow on the game, I've had the same buck come back in and get him again. Like they don't leave; they get spooked in most cases. I've had a couple that left the map and didn't come back, but most of the time they just mess around and then come back in eventually. So I'm gonna use this as a learning. I hate it. Honestly, this is the only thing that'll make me rage quit on this game. Not really rage quit, but will make me like delete a season. Is if I have a monster that big and I end up screwing up the shot and he doesn't come back in. It just makes me feel so bad to miss out on a monster and have to go home with a little guy because I didn't make because the first shot was bad. But we're live streaming today, so I'm not going to delete this season. We're just going to complete it, and hopefully the 200 will come back in during the winter season. Because that definitely still happens. I have missed the deer in the rut, and then in the winter season, I've seen the deer come back in again. Still, that's so frustrating, man. Alright, it's getting late in the day. I hate to, but I'm pretty sure that buck is gone. So we're going to go ahead and just pop this guy just so we can have something for the day. But due to the fact that... Excuse me, no. I don't know what I was saying with that, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just really bummed at the moment. I'm trying to come up with things to tell you guys, but I really have nothing on my mind besides that deer, so just have to overlook me. Hopefully it'll come back in the winter season. And you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna use the muzzleloader from now on during the rut. So that way I get fast reloads in case there's a miss, and also so I have more range. I just wanted to try bow hunting. I still can't believe that, man. I still can't believe I was robbed of a 200. I just really hope that he comes back in the winter season. Oh, wow. In the winter season, you can use everything. That's cool. If only it was that way in the rut. I mean, the spring season makes sense why it should just be bow and arrow only, but in my opinion, during the rut and the winter season on this game, you should be allowed to use any weapon you want. Because most of the time, in a lot of the states in the U.S., during the rut, you're allowed to use them rifles and whatever you want to use. Just gotta hope that 200 comes back. Where's my tree stand? Oh, it's over here. And we got a doe in here already. Nice. It's taking everything in me to quit talking about that 200. It's taking everything in me to quit talking about him. I'm trying though. Early, I'm trying to quit. Maybe he'll come back in during the winter season. Hang on a second, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had a phone call that came in. Just now got to put my headphones back on and now I'm hearing stuff. Where is that deer? I hear it. Well, not right now, it's not moving, but I'd like to know what it is. I think it's like directly behind my tree. There's a little 8. Dude, what I'd give to have that 200 come back, man. Still nothing. There's a deer. Doe. Ain't too worried about that then. Oh, okay, that's a little 6 point. There's a little 8. Another little forky. The doe. It's a nice buck to end the day on. It's not really one I want to shoot this early in the day though. But if this guy's still around towards the end of the day, he's gonna get popped. I just really want that 200 to come back in. I have done it before. I have missed a big deer on the last day of muzzleloader season, and then come back in during the winter season and the same trophy show back up. And that was a monster 200, so I really hope he comes back in. See what's on the trail cams. Doesn't look like there's anything on them right now. But I usually don't go by that. See, it wasn't glowing red, but we still got deer on it. There's something around the side of this camera, but it ain't coming out. There's definitely some action around this camera. Here's something running. Ain't gonna come out in front, though. Little guy. Bunch of does today. Still no big boy whitetail yet. For those of you who might be hanging out and lurking with me, if you were here a few minutes ago, then you'll already know what I'm about to say, because I wouldn't shut up about it a little bit ago. We had a monster, like over 200 whitetail that came in, and he was chasing a doe. And he came from this direction and started running directly under the stand. I had a crossbow with me, and I aimed right in the opening right here and shot at him, and my arrow disappeared. Like, it didn't get deflected, it didn't hit anything because the game didn't make a sound effect for it hitting nothing, and my arrow was nowhere to be seen. So whenever I shot the crossbow, it just disappeared. Like, I don't know what happened there, but the deer just went on up the hill, and I never saw him again. So not only does that make me decide that I'm only going with muzzleloaders during muzzleloader season now, but it has also gutted me pretty bad. So I'm hoping that he'll show back up again because he was a monster, and I'm in like a big, big deer. I mean, my record is big. It's a 209. But that guy, I'm pretty sure, would have exceeded the 209 score. I mean, he was a nice deer. What's up, little guy? How you doing today? I don't know what that is out there. I saw something moving. I think it's that doe that was down in the bottom a minute ago. A little forky down on this trail. Nothing down that one. Here's something near this one. Nearly at the halfway point. I'd hate to say it, but I think at this point of the hunt, I might just determine on shooting that guy right there. I think I've made up my mind. I think I'm going to get him. I haven't seen anything else, and I've seen a bunch of bucks. And wait till he gets in a better spot, though. Take one more quick look around, make sure I don't see anything bigger than him. Alright. Where is he? There he is. There we go. We'll take the back of the next shot. Yeah, I figured we'd go ahead and just pop in. The winter season is my least favorite season to hunt on the game. I do really like it, even though it's my least favorite. The bow hunting season has always been my favorite, and then the muzzleloader season afterwards. I'm thinking I might... I don't know. Part of me's thinking about doing 3 bows and 3 muzzleloader hunts next to the next map. But I can't because I've already preset it. That's fine. But him up there, make sure I clip the video so that way I have it for later. Alright. Let's move on to the final day of the hunt. Hopefully that 200 will show himself on the last day. It'll be alright if he doesn't. Some hunts work out and some hunts don't. I still can't believe we missed out on 200 though. We nearly completed the PSR Mountains in my quest for 200. And that thing was a brute. He was definitely way over 200 points. I'm not sure if he would have beat my 209 or not, but he was a giant. I hate that we couldn't get him. Alright, final morning of the season. Before we move on to our next map. Had a stretch. I'm looking forward to our next map though. PSR Pines is my second favorite of the base game maps. And it's we have a trail that's going right beside our tree stand this time around, so it's going to be we have 2 of them actually. So I'm pretty sure we'll have a good season there as well. This season we didn't see that many trophies, unfortunately. We only saw 2 big bucks out of all 6 days. If you don't include the red fur 8-point. And unfortunately we couldn't get the one that mattered, the big 200 that showed up. Unfortunately the game had a bug where the arrow disappeared when I shot at it. At least that's what I'm going with, because I didn't see it deflect off anything. I'm just hoping that he comes back. And the game gives us another chance at him. If he doesn't, we'll have to come back to PSR Mountains again and try to get a 200 again later. But that's fine. Gotta take what you can take. First buck of the morning, the same one we just shot last time. So we do got a little 8-pointer to take at the end of the day if a big boy don't show up. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a big one today, though. Usually if you have a day where you don't see any big ones, usually the day after that is whenever you'll see the big deer. So I'm just going to hope and have all my fingers crossed that on the very last day of this season, the 200 comes back in. I mean, I'd be happy with the non-typical as well, but that 200 was so big, man. Alright, let's check the trail cameras out. See if there's anything interesting on them. Got a little doe on this camera. 2 does, actually. Nothing too interesting. Something just went up into my field. Hang on a second. Out there in the distance, I saw a deer come up in here. What are you? Oh, it's that little 8. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have some monster walking up on me. I mean, checking the trail cameras. Come on, big 200. Show yourself again. I want to check mountains off my map, off my checklist. If I want to call it New England Mountains, forgive me. Call of the Wild has a map called New England Mountains, and for some reason I keep forgetting to call it PSR Mountains. So, if I call it New England, you know why. Those 2 deer are like moving with each other. It's like perfect sync. It's a big line of deer on that one trail. Sadly, nothing shoot worthy. Little forky down in the bottom. I mean, there ain't much you can really do. That little 8-point. There's that slightly bigger 8-point. Come on, 200. Please don't make me leave today without you, man. The game robbed me of my shot, and I don't feel like it was very fair for me to miss out on a 200 just because the game decided to make my arrow disappear on me. I feel like that person, I don't know if any of you guys are young enough to remember the movie, but Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, I feel sort of like an alien at one point after his prisoners escape, and he's like, come back, please? Oh, man. I wouldn't give anything to get the 200 to come back in, but I'd give almost anything. I just don't know if we're going to get him today or not. All I know is that if that 200 shows up, I got to make sure it's a good shot. Make sure I get him this time if he shows back up. As many big antler sheds as I found, and as good as the trails are for this season, I figured for sure that we'd see all kinds of trophy bucks this season. But unfortunately, we just haven't seen that many. We've only seen 2 really big deer and that one reddish colored 8-point. I mean, the whole season would have been worth it if I would have made the shot on that 200, but video games, man. There's always stuff behind this camera. Like there's always deer around this camera, but they never go in front of it. There's a little doe on that cam. Another doe there. Nope, got nothing out ahead of me, unfortunately. There's that smaller 8-point. A little forky up above him. Here's something. Doe or a small buck. Let's see what's on YouTube today. D-Train's hunting on deer hunting camp again. I think I'm gonna like and subscribe. The guy's a pretty cool cat. What are you looking at? Doe needs to mind her own business. Oh boy. I don't know if that 200 is going to show back up or not. I really think that we've missed out on him, unfortunately. I hate that. I don't feel it's very fair that we couldn't get him. I mean, I still don't want to shoot nothing today on this particular map until we get to about the N or the T. Because I want to give that 200 all the time I possibly can give him before I pop something different. Because if he is going to show back up, it's got to be today. But I'm pretty convinced that the crossbow operates about like a cross between the bow and arrow and the gun. I think that anything that's in your immediate vicinity is going to be spooked off your map and will not come back. And anything that's further out will not be spooked at all. Whereas with a compound bow, you can fire at an animal that's anywhere around you and it'll spook them, but they won't leave the map. They'll actually just linger around for a while and then they'll end up working their way back to you at some point. So with that being said, I think that I'm still going to do bow and arrow during the early season, muzzleloader in the muzzleloader season, and then rifle in this season. But I really wish they'd bring the rifle to the rut though. There's a lot of states that allow you to hunt the rut using a rifle. So I mean, I really wish that it was possible to use a 30-06 during the rut on the game. Here's another deer running in. Oh, it's a little forky. You're cute, but no size. Yeah, it's that nicer 8. This is the little 8 over here, and this one over here is the bigger 8. I just wish a monster would show up, man. I really don't want to shoot these bucks for the last day. I really want to close out the season with something good if I can. But Mountains just has not. It's been nice to us today. I mean, don't get me wrong. We definitely got that good 170s inch buck, and then we saw a monstrous 200. But other than those two, we haven't really seen any trophy bucks, which is very strange. Because usually, if you find really big sheds, you'll see really big deer throughout the season. But this season, unfortunately, looks like it's a small buck season. Or the bigger bucks have been in the evening times instead of the morning times. I don't know. I still don't know how the day and evening factor works on the game. I don't know if you get the same deer no matter if you're in the morning or in the evening, or if it's like there's a set deer that'll be in the evenings and a set amount of deer that'll be in the mornings, but the game doesn't tell you which deer belong to what. That way you never know which ones are the best. But I do see most of the big deer in the mornings. It's just this one ain't paying off too well. Let's give it another call. I think I might add actually one extra call in there as well. I don't normally like to do 3, but I'll do 3 every so often. But I am just not seeing any other bucks. And I really think this is a dud season, sadly. Where you get like 2 trophies and then the rest of the season you just see small deer. Alright, I think I have made up my mind. Not him. Well, the bigger 8-pointer I think just took off, so never mind. Yeah, we're going to hold off a little bit longer then, I guess. I was going to shoot that other 8. But he has been making the rounds, so we'll probably see him again. But we're going to keep hunting, and if that bigger 8 shows back up again, we're going to pop him. If something bigger than him shows up, we'll pop it. But I think I am ready to call it a season. And see what PSR Pines can give us today. But I want to make sure I at least end the season with something okay. What are you? I think that's a doe. I think that's a doe at least. Yeah, it's a doe. Is that the... That's a little one, ain't it? Yeah, it's a little laid back 8. That's the 8-pointer I want. Okay. If he gives me a shot, I'm going to take him. I don't know which way he's running, though. There he is. Right in the back of the head. That'll do it. That'll do it. Alright, that'll be a season. Sadly, we were robbed from a big 200, but we'll have to come back and try to get another 200 off the map at some point. Dude, that is such a bummer, though. Such a bummer. Hopefully PSR Pines will treat us better. Whoop. Hang on a second, I'm making sure I get the clip and I'm clicking buttons. Let me clip it real quick, guys. Okay. Well, I do apologize that I did not get the big 200 earlier. That was very, very gutting. But it happens on the game. Eventually, you're going to get a really good shot at a deer, and you're going to shoot, and then the game's just not going to let you have it because you've hit something. It's part of it. Hopefully, in PSR Pines, we'll see the another 200 show up, and we'll get him instead. Alright, so unfortunately, we only got one that was really good today, the 172. We did have a 200 that showed up, but unfortunately we could not take him. Like I said, the game robbed us of our arrow. When we shot it, it just disappeared. It didn't even leave the weapon. So, let's head on to PSR Pines, and hopefully it'll treat us better. The cool thing about PSR Pines is that it's the one and only map that I'll actually hunt with a cornfield. Because I think the field looks a lot cooler as a cornfield instead of a soybean field. So, we are going to hunt over corn today, which I think is pretty cool. Been a while since I hunted on PSR Pines. I've mainly been hunting on my custom maps lately. A little doe that I jumped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. I think this one's going to be a good one. We have a trail behind us, and we have a little trail that goes directly in front of us. So for bow hunting and rifle hunting, it's going to be really good. I'm excited. I think this is going to pay off pretty well. Make sure, yep, okay. I wanted to make sure I got the compound with me this time. I do like using the compound a little bit better than I like using the, Are you kidding me? Already? Ghost is here. That's the buck that reminds me of the one that I have in real life, I think. That's the chocolate antler buck. That is definitely a mounter if we can get him. Man, that is so quick. Doesn't look like he's going to play ball right now. That's fine. We'll let him do his thing. Hopefully he'll work his way back over to us at some point today. Oh yeah, I just now remembered I forgot to place the third camera. I placed two side by side because there's two trails that intersect each other, and I was wanting to look down both trails. And I meant to go up here to this field and put a trail camera on both sides so I could look up and down that field, and I completely forgot. Oh well. Hopefully Ghost will work his way back up to us. I think I still see him out there. Not entirely sure though. Got some deer just sneaking up on me around here. Nope, that ain't him. We do got a big boy with us. We saw him early in the morning. He's the buck that reminds me of the one that I killed in real life, and I call him Ghost because the one I killed is also named Ghost. He's the big chocolate antlered 8-point. I don't know where he went though. He started off right back here behind us this morning, and then ended up going out that direction. So hopefully he'll come back. There he is. There's Ghost. Yeah, he's working his way back to us. Nice. I'm not going to call at him, though, because I've already called a couple of times. I'm thinking he's going to follow this trail that's down here in front of us. If he does, our shot is going to be right in there. But he could also just make a beeline right for us. I've seen some deer where they'll get in these trees right here and then just run straight at me. But I'm definitely mounting Ghost if he comes in, because obviously it's the buck that I think looks like the one I killed in real life. So obviously I'd want him in my trophy lodge. Him, the 13 pointer, the big 170s, which we did get him a little bit ago, and then any of the 200s I want in my lodge. The non-typicals, Ghost, and then any of the 200s, because I've already got the 170s. Don't know where that big buck went. He's back in there somewhere. I'm watching for him at the moment. I just don't see him anywhere. It's fine. We'll just keep looking around us. You never know. You could end up having 2 trophy deer come in at the same day. I have had that happen once, where I had a I can't remember which buck it was. I think it was like one of the big 150s antlered animals, like the 140s, 150s 8 points, and then I also had a 200 that came in with them. Sadly, it scored a 188 and didn't make 200, but it was still a nice buck. I think I'll let a couple calls rip his way. Hopefully he didn't jump the fence and leave the property. That could happen too. I'm not seeing him anywhere, so I don't know where he went. He could also be in the cornfield, and I might be having a hard time seeing him due to the tall corn. We got a doe out there. Let me just check my 2 trails that's on the map. Nothing on trail A. Nothing coming up on trail B. There's a smaller 8 point. Not the buck that we're after. The doe. I don't know where Ghost went. I really do want him in the lodge, though. He is a buck I really want in my lodge. He really does remind me of my buck I have in real life, so obviously he's the one I'm wanting. I do love this game. It is so realistic. It is so much fun. When something happens, it happens quick, and sometimes it takes a while to get there. But it really does immerse you. I mean, it's an amazing game. I absolutely love this hunting game to death. It isn't the most fun thing to watch because you're just waiting for something to show up, but when you're actually playing it, it really does do a good job of making you get into the game and wanting to just keep spinning around in circles because you don't want to miss anything. I'm just ready for a big buck to show itself. We do have a trail that's going back here behind us, too. It's right in bow range. I'm hoping that the 8-pointer, he was back that direction, so I'm hoping that as long as he hasn't left the property, I'm hoping that he'll come back up this trail and give us a really good shot with a bow. I've shot a lot of deer right there in that little opening. But I'm thinking that he may have jumped the fence, which doesn't mean he's gone. It just means that he'll spawn somewhere else on the map later. But I think that he did go out there and jump the fence and despawn. So he'll probably be back. I just don't know when. What's this coming in here? What are you? Okay, you're a little guy. Not the one we're after. And if you guys have made it this far into the stream whenever we're not live, or if you are currently watching and having a good time, again, guys, please make sure you hit the like button to help the algorithm find more people for the channel and help them and help get the watch time that I need in order for the channel to grow. And also make sure you guys subscribe, because as soon as we hit 500, we're doing moderators, super chats, memberships. Anything that we can possibly do to help the channel grow will be happening at that time, along with the Discord. And I really would appreciate all of your support. I have no idea where that big boy went. I mean, I call him Ghost for a reason. That 8-pointer, whenever he shows up, sometimes he comes straight in, but other times he's kind of elusive. And the 8-pointer I shot in real life is very similar to him. And he was also very elusive, which is why I called him Ghost in real life. Because you'd see him and then he'd just be gone. I got real lucky I got him in 2016. But now I'm hoping I can get him on deer hunting camp. Oh, there he is. He's right here. Oh, he's right here underneath me. Buddy, where'd you come from? I'm pretty sure he just fell. Alright, so we got Ghost in real life, and now we've got him in the game. Oh, that's awesome. When that happens, man, it happens quick. He just came out of the cornfield, buddy. So he was out there feeding in the corn, and we couldn't see him. And then he just emerges running right underneath me. Just like I said they do. Sometimes they'll disappear and then just run directly underneath you in this game. Where did Ghost go? So I got my IRL buck on the game now. There he is. This buck is almost identical to the buck that I have in real life, except the one I have in real life is much taller. But his rack is very similar in shape. So I'm definitely mounting this one no matter what his score is, because he's very much like the one I have in real life. I need to get him out of the cornfield though before I get the car. Let my character breathe a minute. Alright. Come on. I don't know why I'm dragging him so slow. Usually on here you drag the deer a lot faster than this. There, now it's picked up speed. I think that me looking at the PDA is what slowed it down. We're almost out of the field, big boy. Come on. Just gotta get you where I can find you when I bring the car around. There we go. Now you're nice out in the open. Go get the car. Let my character breathe. Golly, it's wore him out. Need to lift weights, eat a sandwich or something. Alright, so opening day on Pines. I don't know why I keep wanting to call the wild names. But opening day here on PSR Pines, and we got a trophy already. I love it so far. Hopefully we can get a 200 today off this map. We ended up getting robbed of a 200 on PSR Mountains. So hopefully we can get a 200 off this one. Can we claim this? Can't. That's a big antler shed. Unfortunately, we can't pick it up. I've already got a max amount of them. There he is. I got my IRL buck, and he's going to the trophy lodge. Pines is starting out really well today. And there we go. 161. And we're putting him straight into the lodge. Alright, so where's the game going to put him? Right there. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this one, so we have 3 bucks today. I think I'm going to put him laying down. Put that guy like that. Can this guy look this direction or something? Yeah, I think I'll just have him laying down. Alright. There we go. Trophy Lodge is growing. Let's head on to the next day. Alright, day number 2. Hopefully we'll be just as lucky this day as we were last. Also, once again, if you guys have made it this far, this is not me asking for a like, subscribe, but you can if you want to. If you want to see more of this content, let me know about it. But I wanted to let you all know and be very aware that there is a few of you that I'd really like to make moderators at 500. However, a lot of you guys have kind of fallen behind in showing up for my streams and staying in the streams whenever you do show up. if you guys are interested in being mods for the channel, please make sure that you guys are here for the streams. There's a lot of people that I had made up my mind about who was going to be streams and who was going to be my mods and who wasn't, but they have not really been showing up to my streams very much lately. And I will make a post about this later. But oh, that's a big buck. Already a big buck. But yeah, if you guys are interested in being mods for my channel and you guys have been here a while, please make sure that you guys are here for the streams. I really do need you guys here to help answer questions if possible, and to keep the chat alive, because if there's nobody here to talk to me or anything, unfortunately, the stream just isn't that enjoyable in that case. Come on, big buddy. Already, man. Already. Sun ain't even up yet. We've already got a shooter. I'm actually going to let him get as close as I can. There should be good. Already. Didn't even have to let a call out or nothing this morning. And we've already got a trophy buck down. Where's he going to fall at? There he goes. Now that's a good morning. I love mornings like that. 2 for 2 for trophies. 2 days, 2 trophies down. Pines is being a lot nicer to us so far than Mountains was today. Mountains did show us a giant 200, but it robbed me of my arrow, so... I love this this buck right here. This is one of my favorite bucks in the game. I think what I'm going to do is actually just drag him out. Well, come on. What the heck? Whoa. Okay. Him and that tree definitely did not get along well. I'll be stuck again. Come on. There we go. I did not know he could dance. Alright. I believe that he's out in the open enough. Yeah, he's right next to my camera. Alright. 2 for 2. That was an early morning monster. Happy to take him. And he's also going to be going to the trophy lodge. Dude, look at all these antlers here. Oh, there's a monster antler. I can't collect it though. I've already got it. I've already got my max amount. And there we go. Another beautiful buck to go to the trophy lodge. Beautiful. 171, and that one's definitely going to the lodge. And there he is, that gorgeous beauty. Let's see, what pose gonna put you in, sir? I think that right there is just fine. Let me see, maybe I might change him up a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like him just staring. Oh, nope, messed him up. There we go. That'll work. I kind of like him standing up, though. Alrighty. Trophy Lodge is coming right along. Let's move on to the next day. Make sure I clip that last hunt. Alright. Definitely using the muzzleloader. I am just not going to use a bow and arrow this time. It cost me a 200 on PSR Mountains. So we're going with the muzzleloader today. Well, this ain't good. We got we got two bucks in here. But I can't see what they are. I'm gonna try to make it to my tree stand. It sounded like we had two bucks grunting there. Hopefully I didn't spook them out of the area. Okay, I still hear one grunting. What are you? That's a 200. I think that's a 200 rack. I have two bucks that are both matures. What's the other one? Okay, so that's the smaller of the two. We got two mature bucks here, but I think the one over here is a 200 rack. Yeah, the other one's definitely the bigger one. Is that the non-tip? I can't tell what he is. This is a chaotic morning. What is that guy? I can't tell what he is, but he's definitely the bigger of the two, I think. And he got this little guy. That's funny. That's a... I can't tell what that is. This is either a non-typical or a 200. I can't tell. It's just a little bit too far from my liking with the muzzleloader. I think that's the non-typical. I think that's the drop time buck. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's the non-tip. Okay, that's definitely the one I want. If he would just come in. Golly, those two bucks are just working does right now. They're not wanting to come in. Alright, I gotta just sit still and quit calling because I don't want to overcall them. Yeah, both big bucks are just working together right now. And that's all I can do is just hope. But yeah, the non-typical is definitely the one that I want. I've never had 2 mature bucks side by side like that before. Usually it's only 1 mature buck per day, but I've got 2 today. Pines is on fire today, brother. We got Ghost, the big 8-point earlier. And now we got the non-typical running around. It's exciting stuff, man. I'm glad we didn't spook them when we tried to come in this morning. Whoop, I didn't mean to raise my gun. Well, just gotta wait for them to make another lap then. We'll hear them grunting when they're coming back in. Get a drink of water. Oh, here they come. Which one is the one I want? Okay, it's the one in the back. Yep, that's the non-tip. The one in the back is the one that we're wanting. What? Oh, I think he fell. I think we got him. Come on, let me turn. We got him. I thought I missed. I was thinking, please not again. Oh goodness, we got the non-tip. Oh, this has been a great stream. We didn't get the 200, but we got to make up for it with the non-typical 13. Oh gosh, that scared me to death. I thought for sure that we had missed that buck. After what happened with the 200, that wouldn't have surprised me. Luckily, I heard him crash, and I was like, thank goodness. Well, 3 trophies in 3 days. This map is definitely treating us well. And there we go. Non-typical going in the trophy lodge. 160. I've seen him be bigger than that before, but I'm taking him. I love this buck. There's no way I'm leaving him. Oh, whoa. He is right here. That is beautiful. I think I'm going to leave him just the way he is, honestly. That is gorgeous. Let me see. Actually, I might have him right there in the running pose. That will work. Alright, we got the big non-tip. We got some good trophies going on so far. Let's go on to the next season. Loving it. Loving it. Make sure I clip it. Let's get back out there so we can't keep adding trophies to the lodge. We might end up filling up the lodge today, to be honest. going very, very well today. I ain't too worried about spooking that guy. He was little. Oh, really? Already? I hear a mature buck. Okay, I'm not hearing him. But I did see him move through the woods. I think he was chasing a doe, so... hopefully he's moved right along. No, I hear him. I don't know where he is. I probably shouldn't have shot there, but I thought I had a shot at him over the fence. I mean, through the woods. That was a dumb idea on my part. Got buck fever. Alright, unfortunately I screwed myself up there. I don't normally see anything else show up whenever you shoot your guns, so I'm going to go ahead and end this day, unfortunately. And I won't be clipping that one because that was just a mistake. You gotta learn, though. And that was a big no-no. I think that was another 200 there, too, which honestly is even more gutting. But that was totally my fault there. I got buck fever, tried to make a shot early in the morning. That was hard to see, but I thought I had a good shot at him. And I paid the price now because of it. So all we can do is move to the winter season, because once you fire your gun, everything in the area runs off, and I don't think they ever come back. I've never really seen anything come back after you shoot a gun. Hopefully they'll come back in the winter season. That was just stupid. I knew better. I knew better. It was a doe. The buck, I can't tell what he is, though. It's a little 8-point. A little forky out there. Doe over here. You know, I guess in a way, even though there's now 2 different 200s that I screwed up. Well, I didn't really screw up the first one, but the second one I definitely did. I guess in a way it's not that big of a deal because it's my 2 favorite maps. So, I guess it just allows me to be able to come back and just hope to get another 200 later on both of them. For the base game maps, at least. So I guess it ain't all that bad, but it's still kind of gutting either way you look at it. I am pretty sure that in the end game yesterday morning, the buck that I tried to take a shot at in the dark, after I saw him go over the fence and saw his antlers, I'm pretty sure that was another 200. Which is really, really sad, but there's nothing you can really do about it. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? The non-typical again. No way. The non-typical showed up twice? Okay, that's cool. And he's coming our way too. 2 non-typicals in 1 hunt. Are you serious? Did that not kill him? Dude, I'm gonna be so angry if that did not hit that deer. Because that means I have to leave this day too. And that's 2 non-typicals. That looked like he was in a good spot. Unless I hit a twig or something. Are you serious? How did that not hit that deer? That was like... That looked perfect. Are you kidding? So that makes two trophies in a row that I screwed up. Oh my gosh. Dude, that is so gutting. How did I miss that deer? I mean, I have to move on to the next day because if you fire your gun, it spooks everything off and they won't come back. I mean, how? I mean, I just can't believe it. The bullet drop in this game, man. If that was bullet drop, that was terrible. Yeah, I see no blood. Oh my gosh. It's things like this that makes me want to delete my season and restart. I'm gonna walk out here a little ways and see if I just happen to find blood out this way. Oh my gosh. Well, we're having to go another day without a buck. I really screwed myself over on that one. Good night. Well, I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know what happened there. I either hit a little twig or the bullet drop caused me to miss. This has been one of the best seasons on PSR Pines. And because of my inability to be patient, I have now lost my chance at several deer. I don't know what that deer was that I just jumped. Hopefully it wasn't anything too big. Dude, I'm like really gutted right now. Like I'm actually discouraged. We had one 200 that was robbed from us. I jumped the gun on another 200 early in the morning whenever I knew better and shot and missed him. And then now we had a second non-typical to show up and come down this road, and he gave me the most perfect broadside shot, and somehow I missed. Which means that he was either out of range or there was a little twig in front of him that I didn't see. And honestly, I mean, I can't help but feel a little bit down right now. I'm not kidding. The game does that to you. If you ain't smart, you're gonna pay the price. But the game's ballistics definitely need a little bit of work. Arrows need to shoot just a little bit faster. Rifles need to be like spot on accurate up to about 100 yards in the game. And then the muzzleloader needs to have less bullet drop in general. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get this last day over with. Hopefully we come out with a trophy. I've already spooked one deer. That's a big buck. That's a big deer. I don't know what he is, but that's a big deer either way. I couldn't tell if that was a 200 or if it was just a big rack 8 or 9. But he's on the wrong side of the property right now. Little Forky. I don't know where that big buck went to. He'll hopefully loop back around, but I'm going to have to make sure that if I'm going to shoot a deer, he has to be at least up to these front trees and not back there in the back. I thought for sure I could make that shot with a rifle, but apparently it's too far away. Why can't you be a trophy buck? Dude, I'm honestly sapped right now. When you have 3 big animals that were stolen that you didn't get to get on this game, it just really drains your energy. Is that a big buck or is that a smaller 8-point? I can't really tell what he is. I don't think it's that big one we saw earlier. Yeah, that's a generic 8. About a medium-sized buck. Nothing too fancy pants. You know, honestly, I don't know if there was a bigger deer, but I think I'll be okay with him to close the season out with. I don't see anything else bigger than him, and I'm honestly ready to move on to woods. And the game somehow treated me like I hit that tree. I literally saw a animation for me hitting wood. And I was not aiming anywhere around that tree. This has been a terrible season. I mean, it's been good as far as the animals that we've seen, but as far as, like, me making mistakes or the game wanting to rob us of trophies today, man, it's just, nothing's working out, dude. We're going to have to call it a season there because, that, like I said, once you fire your weapons, everything gets scared off. Dude, that is just, that's horrible, man. Honestly, I'm going to delete the Pines one because that was just a terrible season. And I need to go and check the trophy lodge because I need to test and see if it deletes your trophies too. Because if it does, that ain't going to be that big of a deal. I know that I'll kill them again later. But it is something I need to test. Okay, no. Okay, so as long... So you can still delete your seasons, but it won't, and it will not delete the animals you taxed. Okay, that's great. Alright. Well, guys, I know that I said that I was going to stream until 6 this evening, but unfortunately there is nobody joining the chat. And after a mess of a stream this has been as far as the animals that we missed out on today, I'm just sapped and just kind of lost the mood to play for now. So I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here. Make sure that if you guys, I'm going to watch this to the end, make sure that you guys are here tomorrow from 2 to 6 for a multiplayer stream on Call of the Wild. And make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video or in the next stream. I love you all. Talk to you later.